So here I have a new client's workout plan. So this is their work outside of my one-to-one sessions. So I'm just going to edit the plan, and basically it's 6 weeks. So they're just going to do 2 workouts a week. I'm keeping it nice and straightforward. So this will be week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6. All right. And basically what I would have done in the past is I would have got them to put in the weight, and I would have updated their, the best set record. But I'm going to change that now because I feel like that is an inefficient method, and I'm going to lay out all 6 weeks. So instead of having one plan for them to work off, I'm going to have the 6 weeks laid out, and they are going to basically be able to update the plan as they go themselves. And then in that way, I can kind of check in as needed, as opposed to like micromanaging the plan every week, which is pretty ideal. It's like this client's goal is to train independently, which is great. That's what I want all my clients to be able to do. And he is going to learn how to do this himself. And really, it's not that complicated. It's like basically applying progressive overload, doing more work over time, which can free up time for me to work on his technique. So basically he can send me videos that he has from training, and then in that way it's more efficient. I can use my skills more effectively and offer him a better service. So this is going to be week 6. So what will happen after 6 to 8 weeks, we might do 2 more, we might go 7, might go 8, we might do a deload. So I'll have to check in with them as it goes on, but this is the rough plan for now. So just laying all that out. And yeah, resistance. So I'm going to leave the resistance blank, and I'll just put in a note from another plan. So including comments is very important. So insert. No, that's not what I wanted to insert. Insert comment, paste. So just a little explanation of how he should do the workouts. He's going to do it 1A, 1B, then take a rest, basically is what I've said there. Resistance. So a weight you can do with the proper tempo, and you can do across all sets. So paste. Just put a bit of space in to break it up. And basically the plan kind of runs itself once you set it up right. So the key part is that you actually set it up right. So we're going to go, he's going to go 11. This one he's going to go 14. This one is going to go 7. This one is going to go 10. The sit-ups, remove this link because he can't do that set of sit-ups. So he's going to do stability ball crunches. And I don't like stability ball crunches where someone puts their hands behind their neck, because that increases the chance that they will hurt their neck or strain their neck or pull it too hard. So we're going to use the stability ball, and he's going to do a variation where basically he's going to be in this position here. So hopefully you can see that. So this one here, not the biggest fan of it because he's not getting a stretch of the abs at the bottom. I'd like to see the ball and the shoulders. So shoulders further this way to the left, the ball further to the right. But this one is really going to hit the abs. The extra weight is great. The neck and torso nice and flat. So it's really, this is effective. My personal preference is to get the eccentric or the stretching portion of the movement in as well. But, we'll make do with what we have. And that's actually a simpler version than the one I'm recommending. So, starting out, maybe it's a better option. Let's get the font right so it's all the same. All right. Stability ball sit-ups, we're good there. Yeah, he's just going to go 7. We're going to go 9. It's not a 7 is a bit low. Hip thrusts 10, single leg 10. Yeah, we're going to go down to 7 on that one. Cable rows, just going to start with 10. Keep it nice and simple. Gonna get a cup of tea. Chest flies 11. Start off in the lower end of the rep range. Power squats with a calf raise. Gonna go 12 as well. So other notes that we need to put in. Rep guide, yep. Set, rep guide. So tempo is the next one. Tempo, I'm a big believer in tempo. I think tempo is essential for proper training. You know, the person who is diving into the bottom of a squat and they can't control the rep. That's wrong. They're diving into the bottom of a squat and can't control the rep, and it looks off. It looks like the control isn't there. So if you can't control the rep, risk of injury goes up, training effectiveness usually goes down, and bad things happen. You'll be out of the gym pretty quickly with an injury, which is the last thing we want. We train to get stronger, not to get injured. So this is actually going to be gone. This column, deleting that column. Last set. So what I'm going to put in here is total reps. So this is where progressive overload. What do I want him to do? Do I want him to do 4 sets by 11? Or do I want him to record the OR? So I think I'm going to go OR, right? So last set, OR. Okay. What does that mean? All right, so I will type it out. On last set for the prescribed weight, sets, and reps, record how many more reps you had in the tank that you could have done with the correct, I'm a great typer, tempo, and form. Okay, on the last set for the prescribed weight, sets, and reps, record how many more reps you had in the tank that you could have done with the correct form and tempo. For example, dumbbell squats to overhead press, 4 by 11. If on the 4th set you felt after stopping at 11 reps, you felt could have done 5 more reps with the proper tempo, I should say. And technique, your OR for this set was 5. OR equals reps in reserve, or reps would have done if you went to 100% intensity and all out. Want to aim for an OR of 2 to 3 each final set, I should say. Yeah, so that's OR explained. And it will be tricky for this client to pick up, but let's just say, they put in that they did, the dumbbell did 40 pounds. I want to keep everything nice and uniform. 40, right? And on the last, so they did 3 sets of 11 reps for 40. And on the last set, they stop at 11 and they say, oh, I could have done 2 more. Well, then their OR is 2. So, I'll progress the weight, I'll increase the weight myself if the OR is a 1 or a 4. So we want it to be within 2 or 3. Notes, then the client can put down whatever notes they want. You know, I felt this is a bit heavy, I felt this is a bit light, so on and so on. So here, T-bar landline rows, we don't want to go 4 to 8 on the rows. We want to go a bit heavier. So we'll go, first set, we'll go 13. Shoulder press. Actually, I'm going to switch it. So I want lower reps indicate you're going more working on the strength side of things. Higher reps indicate that you're working more on the endurance type of thing. So that's what we want to work on. Reverse lunge. So I'm going to give him 14 reps to start. No, 16. So he does 8 each side. He doesn't like lunges, but he's going to do them because he's a good lad and he wants to build his legs. Lat pull downs. It's going to keep it at 11. Cable chest flies. We want to go a bit higher, get a good chest stretch and a pump. So 15 reps. Plank step outs. Going to start with 12. They're pretty challenging no matter how you do them. And lateral lunge rows. So he's going to do 8 each side. I'll say 6 each side. Lunges here, 9 each side. There we go. So that is an explanation. And then let me just see. So this guide is pretty rough. It's going to be, you know, a sort of a guide, basically. It's going to be not set in stone. It's going to be very flexible over time. And I'll just put these in here, but I'll put more notes in. Do 2 of these workouts a week outside our one-to-one session. And everything is set up there now. He's nicely ready to go. And he will update this as we go. So basically, I'm gonna leave this blank instead, actually. So basically, it'll allow me to progress him in a way I think is most effective. Because if I was to keep these numbers the same, you know, who knows if they're right or wrong, or if they fit them, or if they don't. So we want a bit of flexibility, just like in your diet, you want a certain level of flexibility so that you can basically adapt when life throws you a curveball. You didn't sleep well, you need to do a bit less. No problem, do a little bit less. You feel strong, you got a great sleep, you want to do a bit more, by all means, do a little bit more when you're feeling good, provided you're following the basics of using the good technique, the proper technique that you set as a standard for yourself. Let me close the gaps in some of these kind of things. Yeah, warm-up sets, absolutely essential. I'm big on them. And the interesting thing is, even with all this information, it seems pretty straightforward. You know, how will they have any issues with this? And, you know, every client will. I'm going to include a video that explains reps in reserve. I might even have one on my own YouTube, but I'm going to tag him. I'm going to tag him after this video in this. So basically I can comment on it and I can make sure that he gets to see it. So that is how I lay out my workouts for different clients. Depending on the client, that's how I'll lay the video or the workout out. This client's more advanced. He's been working with a trainer for 2 years, so I can throw him straight into the deep end. Other clients, I'd have to regress it, make it a bit more simple and straightforward, which is fine. Everyone has their own capability and skill level. It just happens that this client is more advanced and this video made for more detail. So hope that helps. And if anyone has any questions about this, pop them in below, or like, comment, and share on this video, please.